in the void of creation. Nothing at all has ever been created yet. And I'm seeing an invisible energy. I can see the movement of energy, but I can't put a shape to it. It's just pure thought. Just pure beingness, without form, shape, just pure intention. And it is with this intention that everything is created.
Would you say that this thought form is the quantum nature of consciousness that pervades the universe, the quantum field itself that we interact with?
It is all that is. There's nothing else. It feels it's beyond the quantum field. It is Source itself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So it is Source.
And this feels like this is the beginning of creation of all things that exist. What we may call the Big Bang. And I see this energy, this consciousness, have an intention and set it forth. And seeing this energy just ripple out into all directions, creating whatever this intention is set for it to be created. And as part of this creation, this intention is me.
So you're witnessing the birth of your own soul spark.
Yes.
And many other trillions and trillions of soul sparks as well.
I only see me.
Okay.
And the intention is for me to go and create. And I receive that intention from the Creator. And I carry out those wishes, that intention. At this point, there is nothing. There is no universe. It just is. It's everything. I'm being asked to create form with the divine design. And now I see there are others. There's a grouping of us. We have the blueprints of thought, of intention. And we allow that intention to be breathed through us to create. And that is how planets are formed. Galaxies, planets, universes. And it is so vast, it's not, I can't even describe it.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the size and scale of what you're witnessing, because the totality of all consciousness and all that there is must be on a size and scale that we can't even begin to imagine.
No, not at all. And it is stepped down as we create, we deliver the blueprints for the next set of creation. And it continues, each playing their part, each carrying out the intent, the wishes of that initial thought. And it's just a knowingness we have what is to be created. And it's perfection. There are no mistakes. We take the energy of the Creator and we mold it into form. And I see planets forming as the intention filters through us and is expressed through us. And it is all powerful. It cannot be. It is. This is bigger than any human can fathom. And we think of ourselves as these tiny little creatures. But we are so much more. We hold creation in our thoughts, our intention, in the palm of our hand. Just as the Creator has designed. We need to stop the smallness. This dishonors the Creator. We are whole beings within ourselves, complete.
As you're here working on creating this sense of physicality and creating these planets and creating the universe that we know now, are you collaborating with other souls, or are you all working individually to create these planets?
We are a collective. We are a collective of 9, the guardians. We're the guardians of this particular universe in which Earth resides. And we take the highest energies and we step them down and create form as it is needed in whatever form and density and vibration to fulfill its full purpose. We create as a collective, and we watch over our creations to ensure they are completely within the divine blueprint. There are no mistakes.
You talk about the stepping down of consciousness to create smaller and smaller beings. Now, just about the smallest thing we can think of that has consciousness, maybe a virus or a bacteria. How small, how far down can you step consciousness? Can you go even smaller than this to infinitesimal levels, like just infinitely small levels that we can't even comprehend?
I see it as a circle, a cycle from the original intent. The energy goes out with the blueprint, and it is taken into its smallest form and then taken right back to the Creator where it begins again. So there is nothing ever lost, nothing ever wasted. I don't know if there is a name for the smallest point of consciousness. It is all part of the one. I just keep hearing perfection. All is perfect. All is perfect. All is just source being, experiencing, self-realizing, discovering, and unlimited.
Can you talk me through the process of the creation of one of these planets? How does it actually begin to form? Can you take us through the steps of how it is created?
We feel waves of energy come through us, which contain the divine blueprint. And then we take that divine blueprint and intention. And because we're in a different frequency than the original creator, in a sense, we dumb it down so it can take form. We use our visualization. And we set our intention using the divine blueprint. And we focus on the intention of that blueprint until we see it begin to take form. And we decide how dense it is to become based on the original divine blueprint and its ultimate purpose. So whether it's a 12th density planet or a 3rd density planet, we just keep lowering the energies and it becomes denser until it reaches its potential and its purpose. It's the only way I can describe how it is done. It's beyond description. We see it go from energy, take on color and shape. And we are the ones that create the shape, whether it's a sphere or something else. But we only create the initial shape or planet. Our job is not to inhabit the planet or create animals, beings. We just create the planet itself in its base form. Other beings take over the process of creating what goes on the planet, the atmosphere around the planet, the beings, the animals, all the elementals. That isn't part of our job. And as this planet that I'm seeing is created, I see the Creator put out a spark. It actually looks like a white spark of energy. And that spark of energy is placed within the center of the sphere of this planet. It is the mark of the Creator, the stamp of the Creator, the divine architect, like signing a masterpiece. And that is when we know our work is done.
That's interesting. So it's like a celestial foreman signing off on the work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much like that.
So it is, in the very literal sense, a signature. Because I was going to ask, obviously, we know of the existence of celestial beings being planets, and this spark isn't the same as the soul consciousness of that planet. That comes in later, doesn't it? Is that right?
I feel that comes in later. First, the planet is created, and then it is decided which soul will inhabit that planet. Yes, I feel that spark of energy is like a signature saying that it is complete and ready for the next step of creation.
And could you speak a little on the way that souls get to a point of being able to be a planetary consciousness? What route do they have to take to ascend to that level?
At the point that I'm viewing this scene, the soul to inhabit the planet hasn't been created yet. The souls that create the planets themselves are literally amongst the first souls ever created. So if the source is the architect, we are the construction crew. And the other souls will be created later.
That's a very interesting concept to use, and you used it more than once now. The divine architect makes a lot more sense now, because you're, in a sense, building all this galactic real estate for people to move into at a later date.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Amazing. And how long exactly? I mean, time is a relative term, and we know that time isn't always the linear concept that we know it as on Earth. But relatively speaking, how long does it take for all these planets to be inhabited by souls.
I'm hearing it can take up to 1 million years just to create one planet. One planet. So imagine how old this universe is. It's beyond comprehension.
So a lot older than the 8 billion years or the 16 billion years that we're told by mainstream science. Yeah.
Much, much longer than that. And then it can take another million years just to inhabit the planet, bring in the soul of the planet, and place on the planet what other aspects the architect wishes to place there. Each planet is like a work of art to the Creator. Each one is a special masterpiece with a different intent for its purpose, a different intent for experiencing on all levels.
So each world has its own particular theme that is based around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Depending on what the Creator wishes to express and discover and experience as a mirror back to itself. Everything is the Creator. It's a form of playing, learning through playing, learning through creating. And it's done through love and joy, divine expression. How else would the Creator learn about itself without creating outwards? But is never done as a lark. It is not a fool's game. This is play, but not play that is not planned and very specifically executed.
So there is no accidental evolution, for example, as we're told in mainstream science. Everything is divinely orchestrated.
Always. There's never anything that has not been planned on some level and on every level. Everything is divinely planned. Everything. And it is designed with a specific purpose so that the Creator can learn and understand more of itself.
What is the purpose of the Creator having to learn and understand itself? This has always confused me slightly. If it is such a magnificent being and has reached a point of being this omnipotent, omnipotent creator, how does it need to further itself? In what capacity? I mean, is there a level above this creator being that we are not yet aware of? I mean, can you speak on that?
Everything in creation has a purpose. If Source didn't create and didn't, it's hard to explain. If Source didn't express on some level, what would be the purpose of having a creator in the first place? Might as well remain an empty void. And we are created in the image of Source, meaning we are all creators as well, experiencing ourselves through our creations. We create everything we see around us, and it fulfills us on some level. Well, it is no less for the Creator. There has to be a fulfillment in being. And if there is no fulfillment in being, there is no purpose in being. It is just an expression of Source energy itself.
So the nature of creation is, in effect, a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
For it to be something, it has to self-perpetuate, it has to continue on, otherwise it needs to validate its own existence by creating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing stands still. It's not possible for anything to be still or stand still. Everything is always in evolution on some level. From the Creator all the way down to the smallest cell, the smallest spark of a cell. It is always in evolution on some level.